Hello, hello, hello. I am going to check and make sure that all of my live streams are working. Y'all know how it is when you're doing all of these things yourself. There's Opal. Let's see if she decides to join the live stream this evening. But thank you all. Thank you to everybody that is tuning in to um, join us in this amazing conversation. We are going to be talking all things fashion and fashion entrepreneurship. I'm really excited about this topic. I'm going to be talking with TiShawn Lee, who is the owner of Modesti Boutique and also the founder of the Forward in Fashion Brunch. Before we jump into the conversation tonight, I see I got some people tuned in. Be sure, go ahead and hop in the comments and tell me who you are and what brings you to the show today. I want to know who I'm talking to. I want to know who's joining us for this conversation. Again, this is going to be about the Forward in Fashion Brunch that's coming up, being hosted by TiShawn Lee, and I'm super, super excited. Growing up, I was very much like, I don't know, I was like kind of eclectic in my understanding of fashion. And I think it's just grown even more now that I'm older. I just kind of embrace whatever feels good to me at the moment. I've never been a big label girl. I've never been someone who was focused on whatever the trend was at the moment. A lot of it was just driven by what my own curiosity and my own style was. And I really think that that is what is so cool about fashion, because it's what you make it. It's all about what you want to present to the world, what makes you happy, what makes you feel good, and what makes you look your best. So really excited about that. And I love that there are so many young Black people that are becoming entrepreneurs in this space, because we know how we tend to be the trendsetters in every industry. So it's super exciting to be able to see people just thrive and grow in this space. So super excited to talk to TiShawn tonight. Again, thank you to everybody that's tuned in. Be sure to hop in the comments and tell us who you are and what brings you to the stream tonight. So before we go any further, I want to bring TiShawn into the conversation. Hey, TiShawn, how are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing so good, doing so good. So it's so funny because I got to see you just a second ago, and now you have just jazzed it up to a whole new level. So before we get into all the questions that I have for you, tell me about this jacket and this necklace. Like two, like seemingly simple choices, but it just brought you up to a whole nother level.
Yeah, so accessories definitely can bring you up to a whole nother level. So at first I just had on the jacket and the neck and the turtleneck. And I said, hold on, let me go be more fashionable. So I just went and put on this necklace. Actually, somebody gave me this necklace at my last brunch. Her name is Tamika. And
Wow.
wearing it. But it's really cute. So I just put on the necklace and then boom. I look like something.
And then you're there. Yes, awesome. There you are in the background. See, now let me turn that sound off. So we
Oh,
are
you
not
hear?
hearing my background noise. No, 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 no. That was me trying to make sure that my live stream was working. Ignore that.
Okay.
No. Okay, so that's awesome. Tell us a little bit about what got you interested in fashion.
Well, I'm just naturally I tell people this all the time. I feel like I say this all the time. I'm just naturally good at fashion. Like I just have an eye for good fashion. But I mean, I started my clothing brand when I was young in my 20s. And then from there, I started styling. So that just ended up being my career, fashion. But I'm just naturally good at fashion. So that's pretty much
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of
And my
things?
family too. Like my mom, my
Mm-hmm.
grandma, they're all fashionistas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What kind of things were you initially drawn to that made you realize, okay, I'm good at this? Like, how did that come about?
Ooh, I think from other people telling me.
Mm-hmm.
Like even in high school, like I just put together, like I like to put together looks and stuff. So I think from other people just noticing my good fashion sense, that made me be like, oh, okay, well, I guess I am really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just learn to embrace it from there. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what made you make the transition from this just being something that you're interested in, something that you feel like you're good at, and people are telling you you're good at, to wanting to turn it into a business?
Oh, that's a good one. Um, Yeah, just from, I mean, because people read, like before I actually started styling, like a career like styling, people reached out to me, asked me like, hey, can you style me? I'm like, yeah, I've done it for free, but I'm like, well, maybe I can get paid from this. If people really are
Yeah.
stylists. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's pretty much it. People just asking me to help them with their fashions.
Mm-hmm.
And even my friends, they always like copy my fashions or be like, well, what should I wear? Like they ask me. So I'm like the
Before
fashion.
they're going to like an event or like a hot day or something, they're like, TiShawn, what should I wear?
Right, yes. And like
Yeah.
anything I wear, they'll wear. So I'm like, oh, I'm the fashion go-to girl. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was it like starting it from the beginning? Like you said that you were styling, which I definitely want to ask for and ask about in a second, because I know that you styled some different celebrities and things like that. But what made you decide to go in the direction that you did with your business? Was it only styling, or was that when you started the boutique in the beginning? Like where did you start at?
I started with my boutique.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, um, I need to get my brand. I always kind of sent my stuff to like influencers and stuff like that. I'm like, I need to get my brand like on TV, something big. So
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't remember exactly like what just made me, because I always kind of styled a little bit, but not really took it serious. But I
Mm-hmm.
had took my mentor Sean. I took her class, and then that's when I just took it serious. And then I got my client that was on TV, and I got my brand on TV from there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And what has it been like going through that journey from when you really first started up until being able to see your brand on TV, which was one of your initial goals?
Yeah, that was like really big for me. That still is something big that I've done. And I don't know, it was really big.
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, but I mean, now I feel like when I first started my boutique, it wasn't as many people, but I feel like there's so many people who are doing it now. But yeah, it was big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So again, getting into the business part of it. So the fact that you were working with influencers and were able to get your brand up on TV, that takes know-how. Like that is not something that is easy
No,
to
it's not.
do. How did you do it?
Look, no, well, right, you're right. It's not something that is easy to do, and because and I've had like a lot of promises. Like I've had a lot of people, like even just recently, there's a lot of people that's still supposed to be wearing my brand soon, but they may not wear it because that's just how it works with celebrities and TV
Mm,
stuff like that. You just never know. But well, I got my first client. She was on TV. And
and she was on what's her name and what show was she on?
Ashley. So Ashley, if you're watching, hey girl, she's on Black and Crew Chicago. She's still on there.
Okay.
Um, and I put some of my pieces from my boutique on her. So then, boom.
Yeah, yeah. And how did you get it done though? Like what was your process to getting stuff to Ashley and then getting her to wear it, like getting her attention for this to even happen? I'm
You,
sorry if these are trade secrets, but what can you
no, they're
tell
not.
us?
They're not, because I want people to know. No, they're not.
Yeah.
It's networking.
Okay.
Um, So networking, and then when I finally got her as a client, so that's why I said my styling kind of came in, because it's like, how I'm gonna get my stuff on people if I don't have any people that
Mm-hmm.
I know on TV or anything like that. And then from there it just grew. Like now I know more
Mm-hmm.
people and networking.
Yes, yes. So when it comes to networking, what are your tips on how to do that and be effective? Because like networking is one of those things that I am okay at, but I really, really don't like. I do not like doing it. It is exhausting. Oh my God, it's so exhausting. But I do enough. I do good enough at it, but it is very exhausting. So, what are your tips for people to make that a successful and pleasant experience?
Well, first of all, I just want to say I think that you are a phenomenal networker and
That's
social.
so sweet of you.
Yes, I think that you
Thank you.
are a great social person and people person. But I think the key to networking, you definitely right. It's exhausting, and I'm probably like, I'm more of a
Mhm.
introvert than you.
Mhm.
So for me, it's just like, but building genuine connections.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, even if you go to an event, I know a lot of people, they try to meet everybody there, and that is a
Mm.
good networking strategy, to meet everyone, let everyone know your name. But it's only like, everybody's not going to stick.
Yeah.
Everybody just don't have a connection. So I would say building genuine connections, and those are going to take you far.
Yeah. Now that part is very true about the genuine connections. I can't, you know, emphasize what you said enough because there's one thing that always sticks out. It's that person that is very transactional. Like they want to like wheel and deal with everybody in the room instead of like having a conversation, getting to know that person, finding out if y'all even have anything in common to legitimately work on because like we know being around people that especially entrepreneurs that are like on on their shit like trying to get it together like they don't have a lot of time to entertain certain stuff so it's like you kind of got to come in and be very clear and direct about what it is you want and what you're trying to do and just kind of go from there so that piece about genuine connections is real.
It also, uh-oh.
Oh no, the light is hating on us.
Oh no.
It's okay.
Hold on. Okay.
Okay,
Oh shoot.
this is Facebook Live, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and
Oh
YouTube
my
Live.
Lord, this is so. Y'all had my ring light on.
Oh yes, I'm using one of those as well. It is
Okay, let me just turn on.
annoying.
It
Yep,
is.
let's try that. Yeah, these ring lights are something else.
They are, and then I got it hooked up to my laptop. I think my laptop just went off, but
Oh goodness.
So I was gonna say too, and also too, don't just try to like ask people what they can do for you. Like, also come in and offering what, start, lead with what you can do for them or help them, because like you said,
Mhm.
most entrepreneurs or business people, they're busy and they got a million people probably asking them for stuff. So what makes you any different?
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That's real. That is so real. I want to ask you some more about working with the influencers because I've seen this on Instagram specifically a few different times where there's an entrepreneur that owns whatever kind of business. Like I think one time I saw it with a boutique and then another time I saw it with a makeup artist where they had worked with some celeb and the relationship was supposed to be one way, but then the influencer, excuse me, not the influencer, but the celeb ended up kind of like pulling the rug out from under them and was like, I'm not doing it, whatever. After they had already kind of like put themselves out there. What are your tips on how entrepreneurs can protect themselves in these type of situations and how they can move on after something like that has happened?
So definitely have a contract.
Mm,
Definitely have a contract. I can't say that I've always have. But I mean, and in some cases, even when I haven't, like, the people did more than I expected. It just depends on like who you're working with. But
Mm-hmm.
still, just to protect you in any situation, you should definitely, I mean, I've learned from that. You should definitely have a contract, in the influencer contract, celebrity contract, especially like with wearing your brand or working with them. It's easy. Like if anybody's watching, they need one, like I can email you one if you inbox me or something. But yeah,
Wow, that's
have a
generous of
contract.
you.
Yeah. Have a contract, and then also to move on. Yeah, just if they don't do it, like if they said they were going to do something, they didn't do it, or it didn't work out, just let it go, just move on. Because like I
Mm-hmm.
said, a lot of people want to work with celebrities or be in the industry, but that's just how it works a lot of times. Like even
Mm.
in movies, like when celebrities film, their scene may get cut, like it just happens, like you never know. So
Yeah.
just don't work with the person anymore. That's just that simple.
Listen, that is a real tip right there, because it's not like there's a shortage of people to work with.
It's not.
Which I think is something else that's pretty important when it comes to encouraging entrepreneurs to keep it going, because sometimes people can probably feel like, I can only get it this one way. Like if I'm not, the person that has a million followers on Instagram, then I'm not going to get it. Or if I don't have this, I don't have that, and I'm not going to be successful, when it's just not the case, because there's so many ways to be successful. What are your tips on people finding their tribe, finding the people that's going to support them outside of just that random unicorn celebrity client?
Hmm. Um, I would say knowing yourself, and then networking as well. But you're right. You definitely need a tribe, like outside of, right, a celebrity, anything like that. You need people
Mm-hmm.
that really support you. And I know a good networking app, Clubhouse. I don't know if people still get on Clubhouse.
Girl, I haven't been on Clubhouse in a million years. I tried to do the Clubhouse thing, and I couldn't get into it because you have to really listen. And meanwhile, I'm like, I'm doing a million things. I'm not really paying attention. Like it just didn't work for me. Some of the rooms I thought were cool were like filmmaking rooms. Like
Mm-mm.
I'm not even a filmmaker, but I enjoy the craft. So I jumped in some filmmaker rooms, girl. And one, Ava DuVernay jumped in our room, and she was
Really?
in there just talking to people and stuff. But I was like, wow, this is amazing. I'm literally on a chat with Ava DuVernay. But other than that, I don't know. Clubhouse was they should have called that shit Cap House, because there was a lot of capping on there. People
It
was
was
talking
so
about all
much
these
crap.
millions of dollars they had. I said, okay, sure. And you sitting up here running your mouth all day. I don't see
Right.
it. I
How
don't
did you get
know.
it? It's so
Yes.
many cappers on Clubhouse,
Mm.
but it's also some really good, like this year alone for Clubhouse. Like I've met, I've styled clients, like some of my highest
Mm.
paying clients from Clubhouse. Like
Wow.
I met them on there. One of them, she is Taraji P. Henson's cousin, and she inboxed me, and she was on a show with her. I was
Mhm.
like, really? And I styled her,
Wow.
like, and we built a genuine connection. That's why I said build genuine connections matter over
Mhm.
how many you make. But
Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, you just have to. I mean, you never. The key to Clubhouse is speaking.
Mhm.
Because I was like, "How did you find me?" And she was like, "I just heard you speaking in a room." And so that's how, you got to speak, and then you never know who's listening. Like you really never know
Mhm.
who's listening. So, and I there's some other like really good connections that I made from Clubhouse as well.
Yeah, that is awesome. I'm glad that it worked out for you.
Yeah. But it is
Yes.
like a lot of,
A lot of
and
cat.
I'll be like, all right, now I'm not about to listen to all this. But
Mm-mm.
and I haven't really been on there honestly that much since when I first got on there. I was like, oh my god, this is so amazing because it's like everybody
Mhm.
all over the world. You can actually talk, and I love
Yes.
networking. But now it's just like, okay, it's turned into something else. But whatever.
Yes, it served its purpose though. It
Yes,
got
it
some,
did.
yes, it got some money in your pocket, so that's
Right.
good. So I want to talk about the Forward in Fashion Brunch, which is happening on October the 23rd. I am so excited to moderate this conversation again with this great group of panelists. If you guys want more information, you can find out more at facebook.com/forward in fashion brunch. I'll put the link right there, and I'll put it in the chat box as well. But tell us about how this got started, where this concept came from.
So the concept came from, so I, aside from fashion, I like broadcasting as well. So
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like your job as well.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I think that you do it really good. I think that you do it better than me. So you do it really good.
Listen, we compliment each other. That's what this is all about.
Yes,
It's
we
helping
do.
each other out.
So and I love networking, of course. And like I said, that's
Mm-hmm.
one of the key pieces that has helped me, and that's going to help everyone. Like, your network is your net worth. Okay. You can't
Mm-hmm.
be selling stuff. You can't be trying to do big things and you don't know anybody.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work like that. I did. So that's where the concept came from. And then plus the forward in fashion, because I love fashion. And also I was really inspired by Jay-Z's Rock Nation brunch. Like, that's really where the idea came from. Cause I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I need to go to that brunch. But
Girl, take me. I want to go too.
if I get a plus one, I'll definitely bring you whenever
Yes.
I get my invitation. But yeah, so that, and then also just having a panel up there, because people always reach out to me for business advice, for fashion tips, for building your brand. Like, so many people reach out to me. So I was like, this would be a good thing for me to speak and really tell
Mm-hmm.
people how I've done certain things. And you were at you moderated the last one. I
Mm-hmm.
gave some really good advice on like getting your brand on celebrities and influencers. And someone actually wrote me after the brunch, and she said she did it with the Real Housewives of somewhere, I don't know. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that's pretty much, it's a great networking event for entrepreneurs and creatives. And I think it's a good space to be in with entrepreneurs and creatives, because people are always saying like, well, where do you find like-minded people or bosses or business people? Well,
Yeah.
or Fashion Brunch.
Absolutely. So again, I'm super excited. I think it's going to be a great time. And like you said, being in an environment with people that are doing the same type of things that you want to do, or that you are doing currently, like, it doesn't get much better than that. And it's at a cool place. It's at Illusions.
Yeah.
I enjoy Illusions. Illusions has all the things that I need in it at the same time.
So have you
Like,
have you been outside the brunch?
yes, I have a couple of times. It's been a while since I last went. Like, I think the last time I went to Illusions was probably whew, Earlier this spring, I had somebody meet me there on a first date.
Oh,
And it was cute because like we were literally the only people there because it was a weekday and it was early.
oh,
So it was cool. So it's like, here's like a nice little environment, get to
yeah,
know someone. But yeah, no. So Illusions is a cool spot. I like that place.
it
So
really
yeah,
is. Yeah.
yeah. Awesome. So before we go, I definitely want to have you talk about. We talked about your fashion in the beginning because I'm just loving this houndstooth jacket. Love that. Is it houndstooth or pinstripe? Because the way my computer is, I can't tell.
No, you're right. It's hounds too.
Okay. Yes. So give us some of your fashion tips for the fall and winter.
So I wrote a few of them down. So for women, um, so it's boot season. So I don't know if anybody got the word, but it's boot
Mm-hmm.
season. So that means I mean the long boots, but really my favorite boots are, I say this all the time too. Combat boots are like the real big, like they look like army boots, but they're like
Mm-hmm.
so cute. With leggings, jeans, tights. I love those. Green is one of the big colors, and orange. I would say bright colors still in the fall, because people think that
Hmm.
wear dark colors, but I like bright colors
Yeah.
still in the fall. Mini purses are still going strong. Unisex Style. I'm loving Unisex Style. Like, this is something that me and some of my fashion friends were having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like sneakers and hats for men and women. Bomber jackets for men and women. Um, just like some really cool, you know, hats. I feel like Prince, Houndstooth, Leopard. I feel like they're classic. They never go out of style. Like every fall,
Mm-hmm.
go to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are some great tips. Great tips. I'm excited because a few of those things you mentioned I already got. So I'm just like, okay, cool. I'm good to go. I have a pair of Doc Martens that are like my everyday shoe.
Yes,
Like
I
that.
love.
Yes. They
That's
are my
I
favorite.
love that.
Yes, my favorite shoes. I will wear them all the time. It's finally cool enough where I can, because when it was too hot, I was like, oh my god, my feet are sweating. I can't do it. Like
You still wore them with shorts, right?
I
Yeah.
did because I just wanted to, but I was like, oh my god, my feet are on fire. This was not a good idea. But
But it still was cute though with the
it's
shorts.
still cute. Yes, it's about the fashion, which is, I guess, most important. Most some of these times, not all the
That's
time. Because
right.
listen. There's a reason why I am who I am, and you are who you are. Because
Yeah.
I'm lazy.
Yeah.
I have my moments though. But anywho, TiShawn, it was so great talking with you tonight. Super excited about the Forward in Fashion brunch happening on October 23rd. I'm going to post the well, I already posted the link in the chat, so you guys are good. Can find out more information. How can people connect with you and support the other things that you have going on?
You can follow me on Instagram. Like, I've been big on Instagram versus Facebook these days. So
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, TiShawn Lee. I'm the same everywhere. I'm a one trick pony. TiShawn Lee on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, I believe, on Clubhouse, my website, TiShawnLee.com, my personal website. So yeah, and make sure you get your tickets to the Florida Fashion Brunch. It's next Saturday. It's going to be a good time. We had a good time last time. We left
Yes.
inspired, and just feeling good. And we met some. Did you meet any new people?
I did. I did meet some new people. So that was exciting. And I got to hang out with one of the people that owns one of my favorite restaurants, and that was Willie McCaffrey. So
Okay.
shout out to him because he was on the panel last time. So it
Did
was
the
cool
interview?
being able to. Yes, yeah, we did an interview for the radio and everything. So it was a good time. So definitely looking forward to it. Still trying to figure out what I'm gonna wear. So we don't all be surprised.
I know, right? I'm like,
We
girl,
don't all be surprised.
cannot
It's gonna
have
be
a
fun
Florida
though.
fashion brunch with no fashions.
Listen, no, we're not gonna be like Sheree having a fashion show with no fashions. We're not gonna do that.
No,
Lord, no, not
not today.
today.
No.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, TiShawn. It was so good talking with you, and I will see you on the 23rd.
All right. Thank you, girl.
Thank you. So that was TiShawn Lee, owner of Modesti Boutique and founder of the Forward in Fashion Brunch. You can find out more information about her at TiShawnLee.com. And you can also find out more about the Forward in Fashion Brunch at Facebook.com/Forward in Fashion Brunch. Again, thank you all for tuning in to What's Good with Ebony Chappelle, a show about people doing good things and things that make us feel good. Have a great night and a positive week, y'all. Peace.